but even more intriguing is green tools. Fiberglass, high visibility green purpose hammer. Craftsman is now selling green tools. What up, guys? CP the Tool Addict. Woo! I hope you've had a great weekend. I have, and I certainly know that it's been warmer weather is coming. We're getting so close now. We're in February. This is awesome. So, this is the month of love. Well, I have a love for Craftsman. I know some of you might not love Craftsman. Some of you might have a hate for it, which is a preference of tools. And guys, I just don't understand it, but I like every tool, and there's something good about every tool company that manufactures tools, especially, which that's what I'm focusing on here. So, without ado, I want to get into the topic. And as you've seen, the title of the video today is Craftsman's been quietly putting out new tools that nobody knows about. So let's get into looking at some of these. We're going to start off here with the V-Series 7-inch flush cuts. These are a tool that I haven't really heard or seen nothing about. And I think Craftsman is doing this purposely. Now, with a lot of new tools from a lot of different companies, you always see some big flashy rollout, and they spend a lot of money on marketing. And I think with Craftsman, the reason why you're not seeing that, and they've been so quiet now, is because they are essentially just trying to get the tools out back into people's hands and build the trust, which I find to be a very honorable thing to do, in my opinion. A couple tools that I haven't seen anything about is the fact that they came out with the 10-inch pliers wrench, which if they had to come out with press releases on every tool they have, then you would see, you know, I mean, I feel like there'd be a lot of money or you'd be a lot of hype on this. These are a different looking pliers wrench here, kind of interesting. You see how the handle's cut down here at the bottom, which is not like the Nipex at all. But what's really interesting is, as we zoom in here, you see the big button, but you also see a gauge on here for like a measuring gauge, like a tape measure. I don't know the actual vernacular for that, but some sort of measuring device on there for your pliers wrenches, but they are nonetheless interesting. Now, a lot of you will notate the V-Series is, a lot of it is made in Taiwan, so, and I think that's actually what they're going for. Building off of what Mac Tools is doing and seeing what Mac Tools does and knowing what's going on with Stanley Black & Decker, they're definitely going for that big, better, good, better, best platform. So the regular old raised platform Craftsman is the some of the newer stuff, what I would say would be your consumer grade or DIY grade, and then the V-Series is semi-pro, pro. And I think what there's going to happen is when they come out with this new stuff from the Fort Worth, Texas plant, and that you see this is select mechanics tool sets, I really feel like they're going to be showcasing the new Craftsman line, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we won't see it, and we're only going to see, like it says here, select mechanics tool sets. But Craftsman, so they were supposed to roll out this plant and the tools from this factory at the end of 2022. Well, here it is, February 2023, and we haven't heard a word yet. This is the only thing that I see, and there's a couple other press releases, but they have been completely quiet. But yet, whenever I look at Craftsman tools, I keep finding new tools out on the line randomly. I see these impact sockets, which have very good markings on them. Now, I understand they are being etched on there, but some of the etching is really stepped up in technology-wise. But, man, I really like the look of this Craftsman socket. It looks really nice, and you can see from the indentations, it's definitely a surface drive or an Opta torque, or, you know, I mean, like, it's the newer style sockets that grab more of the flats instead of the corners. But the actual appearance of the socket nonetheless has a very high vis marking look, which I think of it as a premium grade brand. And even if these are, they don't say where these are made, and we don't see nothing, but I haven't seen these show up anywhere before. Nobody's talked about them, and they definitely look high quality. And then once again, we see USA, and obviously they're using the global made materials, which we don't know what part is being made globally and what part's being made in the USA. But I will commend Craftsman on the fact that they do have several factories in America. There's V20 power tools that are made in America here and in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Sedalia, Missouri, they bought the old Waterloo tool factory, and now they're making their toolboxes from there, which is definitely nice. More Sedalia, Missouri, as well as Texas, and I believe Tennessee has 2 factories, 2 or 3, which is not surprising, and I think one more factory might be in South Carolina too, or something or other. But this is all material that's on their website, so if you don't believe me, you can go check out the Craftsman website, and it shows these places. They're not hiding anything. And that's another thing that I like. They're proudly stamping everything made in USA with global materials because, unfortunately, that's how the world is wanting. And in order to be competitive in the market now, obviously we have to source some stuff from outside. I'm not saying that it's perfectly right, but it's definitely a step in the right direction based off of what we see from companies like Harbor Freight, who basically just go directly overseas. And they have plenty of money. They could be doing manufacturing here in the United States too. At least Craftsman's investing back into the U.S. economy. Back to more tools that have not been really pushed or thrown in our faces is the V-Series extract technology. Now, that is basically a spin-off from the RBRT. It is not exactly like the RBRT stuff, but for most of you guys that are familiar with it, this is a technology to help remove damaged fasteners, and has been very successful in most of our eyes that use this stuff. So they have released it into the Craftsman line. It is a little bit different design, but nonetheless. And with a lot of the V-Series stuff out here, though, I gotta say, it looks like a definitely pro-grade upgrade from what used to be. And I think if this is their mid-grade line, we're definitely in a step right direction. I'm really excited to see the pro-grade line stuff. These cool little kits are coming out. The V-Series mechanic wrench set, which is obviously a knockoff or a spin-off. I shouldn't say it's a knockoff because they own the precision torque wrench. One thing is the V-Series, because before everybody blows up in the comment section, the V-Series are much shorter than the precision torque wrenches, so I have no need to buy them, so I won't be buying those for that reason alone. But you still can, giving a consumer-grade option for you to buy some sort of precision torque wrench. Once again, we have the V-Series extract technology, RBRTs. Now, I don't have an actual full picture here, but I will say if you look at these and you do know the RBRT line, you can see that these definitely have a very different look to them here as far as that versus the RBRTs. I guess I should have pulled up a little bit better picture, but we can talk about that in another video too. But the extract technology, that's not really what this video is about. The extract technology is a new form of tool that's added to the Craftsman line. But I see things like torque wrenches, code readers that are stamped with Craftsman brands. I see these fluid extractors, which are obviously Mighty Vac, and they're rebranded. I see torque extensions with color coding on the bottom of them. I see gunmetal chrome long pedal wrenches that most people aren't even talking about, that I find to be very interesting, and I really am intrigued by them because they definitely seem nice. Some of the nicest wrenches that I can see on the market that don't get talked about enough. They've moved over the old Stanley rotor head ratchet to now a Craftsman one. And then we have new hammers, which are interesting and very nice looking. But even more intriguing is green tools. Fiberglass, high visibility green purpose hammer. Craftsman is now selling green tools, including green screwdrivers. For all you fans of green, which I know is a very popular thing, but I definitely find that to be a very cool and interesting color and combination. They have several different tools that are being made in high vis, such as this Craftsman tape measure. And we have a made in USA with global components exact knife. Now, I know these aren't the craziest kinds of tools that you've seen, but still it shows that Craftsman has taken the initiative to come out with other things on top of that, and nobody's ever talking about it. Nobody has anything to say. So It makes me excited for 2023 to see if what Craftsman's going to come out with and how much they're going to say, and just let their tools do the talking for them, which I definitely think is pretty awesome when a company does that. So anyways, guys, I hope this video enlightened you a little bit and kind of talks about Craftsman and gets a little bit of juice flowing, and maybe you guys are interested. I keep checking the website constantly, and I'm pleasantly surprised as always. So remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.